if you marry a wealthy guy and he's like, listen, I love you, baby. We'll get married in the church, but I'm not getting married in the court. And you're going to sign a prenup and I'll be taking care of you. How many of you are like, yeah, where do I sign? Would you be comfortable with that, Maria?
Yeah.
You would be just totally comfortable with it?
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, married in church, sign a prenup.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I would
Carmen,
definitely.
you'd be comfortable
Absolutely,
with it?
absolutely. As long as I'm taken care of, you know, I'm gonna be okay.
But what is
What do you mean
taking
taken
care
care
of?
of?
Because a lot of the times, I mean, this is me just from what I don't know, like facts, like details in people's marriages, but from what I've seen on television, what examples that I've been exposed to, a lot of the times wealthy men don't want their wife to work. They want them to stay home, take care of the kids, yada yada. And you know, if things don't work out or something happens, you know, what's going to happen then? If a woman's been investing 20 years, you know, with someone, has no education, has no, you know, type of work to fall back on, you know, then it's a problem.
Yeah, but if
But
you're
that's
dating a guy who's like
woman's
in his come up, like, and he's not wealthy, for them to ask you to sign a prenup, it's like,
Right.
you're not really got much to offer.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm dating him, and no offense, not yet, but if I meet a guy and he's a millionaire and he's like, listen, babe, like, you know, I made my millions before we were together and I want to protect myself. Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
You
So-
absolutely should.
and that's
I
the
think
woman's-
it
and
depends on the man that you pick
Yeah.
and what he's bringing.
Well,
And I will
let me
say-
ask
Yeah.
Carrie Ann this question, and then I'm going to bring you guys some food for thought. What would you say if your man, because he's got a gun.
I do not believe in a prenup because I just don't believe in divorce. I don't think it's necessary.
You don't believe in divorce?
No.
Yep.
Like
I've been like that
zero.
before.
No.
Like sticking it out.
Yeah, my parents have been divorced, and my mom's on her second divorce, and I just don't believe in it. I think you can work through anything. You're getting married, that's
Yep.
your life.
Yes,
I
you
love that.
can.
Well, number one, respect to you. Does anyone here know what percentage of times that women's are the one that filed for divorce, other than the gentlemen?
It's like 60.
Like 13.
60,
How much?
60,
60?
75% of the time,
wow.
the women are the ones filing for divorce.
Why? He cheated.
Because why?
'Cause
Women
we
are
didn't cheat it
emotional.
on. I'm just kidding.
Women are emotional, and I'm not saying that the
That's
guy
not the
didn't
only
do
reason
anything.
why.
It's the main reason.
It's
is.
not the
It is.
only reason why women leave men.
It's not
Okay.
the only reason, but it's the
Somebody
main
left
reason.
him
Yeah.
for many other things.
Granted, yes, there are many reasons, but if it was 50-50, I wouldn't even bring up this stat.
Yeah.
But it's abundantly women being like, oh, I'm done with this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And yes, maybe he cheated, maybe he didn't, maybe there was a lack of chemistry, whatever it is. I'm not here to diagnose everyone's marriage. But by the way, do you think when women are more educated, that divorce rate goes up or down?
Up.
It goes up.
Down.
It goes up.
It goes up to almost 90%.
More
Oh, I don't need
education
you,
on men
motherfucker. I make my own money.
They know the fine
okay,
print.
yeah.
Oh,
And then
yeah?
all of a sudden, when you have kids, you know, that's where things, like, I always say this all the time. If we get married and we have no kids and I'm working and you're working, you ain't getting shit.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, what? The whole purpose is you stop doing your career to take care of the family.
Thanks.
But if I'm working and you're working and I'm paying all the bills and we're living together and we get divorced, now you're getting my money?
You're not entitled
'Cause
to anything.
what did you do?
But there's also different prenups. You can have a prenup that's like for the first X amount of years, this is
Yeah.
going to be the, like, you
Yeah,
can
but
literally
we've
build
seen
your
it.
But now
prenup
we're talking
how you
about
want.
prenup. We're talking about prenup for the 1%. The 1% is smart. The guy that has a Toyota Corolla and lives in the efficiency in Hialeah is not gonna know even what prenup is.
Okay.
But women should also know how prenups work with how many women are
Like-
making money today. You
So,
better make sure you protect yourself
Can I say
too.
one thing to Angelina? Ding, ding, ding. The porn star picked up the perfect thing. Because we want to go to the extreme. We want to say, well, of course the billionaire is going to get a fucking prenup. Yeah, he's got a
Yeah.
army of lawyers. Of course the guy that works at Burger King or doesn't speak English is going to get a prenup. Forget about those guys. Talk about the guy that makes 75 grand a year.
Oh.
He has 2 kids with his wife, just a normal guy. He's just a worker. He's a construction worker. He's not a multimillionaire. He's not a bum. That guy right there, who's married for 13 years, and for whatever reason, the wife files for divorce. And he had 250 grand in the bank. He had 100 grand in his 401k. He had 30 grand in cash. He loved his kids. Whatever the reason, that dude, that guy's fucked.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. I'm not talking about that Bill Gates got divorced or Jeff Bezos and all of a sudden Mackenzie Scott, all of a sudden she's the richest woman in the world. Why? Forget about this. Like, that guy, this is the reason where men, because of the court systems, which you brought up,
Yeah.
they're the ones who are offing themselves. They're the ones who are
Yeah.
depressed. They're the ones who are drinking because they're like,
Suicide.
hold on. I love this woman, and I'm a good dude. I'm a good father. You know, have I fucked up? Sure. Has she fucked up? Sure, whatever. But now I got to go back to zero.
Right.
And I'm 52 years old, and I thought I'd retire in
But men can work
15 years.
longer.
Hold on,
Men
Nat.
can work longer.
Hold on. And that guy, now he's the guy we're talking about. The multimillionaire is going to be fine. He's worth 10 million. He gives a chick 2 million. Fine. The guy who's poor as fuck that doesn't know about a prenup, he got no money to give up his girl anyway.
Right.
The average dude has been screwed over by the court systems.
Yeah.
And that's why the average dude is like, hold on. It's 10 times harder to get a girl who's 10 times better of a woman, 10 times less good of a woman than my mother and my grandmother, right? This is hoflation. So now I got to work 10 times, straight up, it's a thing. So I got to work 10 times harder and compete in the social media age to get a girl who's 10 times less good than what my grandma was. And if shit don't work out, I got to give her all my money. By the way, I said that women file for divorce 70 to 80% of the time. Do you know what percentage of the time the man has to pay alimony? What percentage? 98% of the time.
That's ridiculous.
So if I'm a businessman
And it's
and
obligated.
I've already been
Yeah, that's a
engaged,
lot.
married, what have you, and it was in, it was out, but I had a prenup. So I don't like the look of this. I'm out. Peace. Now I'm 43 years old, money, chilling, cool, status. I'm looking at the land. I'm like,
Yeah, you need a
it's
prenup.
literally like I'm like, all right, I can make,
Prenup.
what's the song like? Have a baby by me, be a millionaire. It's like I'm gonna make one of you hot little bitches a millionaire.
Yeah, thanks.
But I'm not gonna let you take half my shit.
No way. Hell
Right,
no.
McQueen?
Of course.
What's the divvied amount? Because let me ask you this. Okay,
You don't get shit.
That's
Nah.
$70,000 gentleman, right? Great guy, whatever the case, divorce. That woman also gave time that she can never get back. She gave her body that she can never get back.
Did she have
So
kids
he
with me?
did.
She had kids with you.
So he
but here's the
did.
thing. Here's the thing. Men
Kids,
can work longer
you're-
as well. I think how maybe it's divided when the divorce happens. Maybe the women, they do know how to run the system to get more out of it. But
Listen.
you also need to pay for the time you took away from that woman, because that for a woman,
Come on.
you can't buy that back.
What
You
about
can't buy
what
that
about
back.
our time?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But
you
aren't we
guys
the
can
ones
have
that-
more time.
Hey,
Yeah.
McQueen,
Yeah, I'm
don't worry
gonna
about your
say
time,
something.
motherfucker.
Wait.
Right.
It's about
Our
her
time just doesn't mean shit, huh?
Don't
No,
worry
no,
about-
no. Have more
You-
time, but what you're paying for is that as a woman, for me to find what I had before,
It's
right?
harder.
Versus you finding
Yeah.
what you had before, it's harder for me
So
than it is
don't
for you.
get married
Now,
to
am I
begin
saying-
with.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that there's a way that you can set up your prenup or whatever your situation is.
How about I just
to
don't
have-
marry you bitches to begin with? Just avoid this
and
shit.
then
to
you
be-
can do that.
You know what
But
I'm
I'm just saying, for that $70,000 man out there with his wife, and she's 46 years old, and she's had 2 kids, and for her now she's a single old
Yeah,
lady
there is no
with-
way
that
back.
lives alone and takes care of
Nobody's
the kids.
gonna look
and-
at you anymore. Nobody's gonna look at you anymore.
not
And
gonna
as
have
a
a
man,
prime.
tomorrow you may make more money, and then you date a younger woman, and that's it. You're fine.
And
You're
this is
super
why
happy.
there is
Women,
no balance,
we
and
lost
we
our
are
better
living
time.
in a society where he doesn't want to marry me. I want to take his money because of this mentality. I got divorced. I was with a man for 12 years, was only married 5, never got divorced because I didn't want to pay for it. So he said whenever he wanted to buy a house, he had to divorce me. You know what the court did? And listen how the court fucks men. You know how the court did?
do.
He had $40,000 in the bank, was about to buy a house. I've not been with this man for over 9 years, okay?
Yeah.
He said the court gave me $900 alimony, $700 child support. When me and he agreed on $500 child support, it was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
They got me out of the courthouse to see if he was abusing me, if he was, because I say no to the $900 alimony. So if I wanted to say yes right there, that man's life would have been fucked. But I had a kid, and he was a man, and I didn't want any woman to do to him, or to him to have that vision of his mother doing that to his father. But I easily, without earning that money, could have taken it from him. And to me, that was mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Mind-blowing.
You're the one of few, though.
Yeah.
But the reason why there is
No,
people
but that-
that-
There's
that
women who are
Nat,
capitalizing.
you're not.
Yeah,
You're
of
proving
course.
our fucking point.
I know, I'm
emotions
just-
and
the
what
point.
I'm saying- what I'm saying is, what I also don't want to neglect, though, I also don't want to neglect, though, is that when you marry a woman and you decide to go into that long-term relationship and you take that time away from both of your guys' life, whether that's the women's life or the man's life. At the end of the day, for a man to get a new job and make more money and find a younger girl, it's going to be easier than a woman going to find a good-looking man with success and going to be able to take care of her and love her.
Well, that's too damn bad. You should have made some better decisions, baby, while we was in a relationship.
Well, it's a both thing. It's a both thing.
But didn't you say
It's a both
But
thing.
didn't you say that it's a man's responsibility if he gets into a relationship with a woman that he ends up having to divorce with? It's his relationship. He should have made better choices, right?
Sure.
Well, then the woman should have made better choices marrying the man, so that way, because you sitting there talking about, oh man, he owes me for all my time that I missed out, baby. No one is
But you're
responsible for
taking,
your time
you're
except
taking
you.
as owes me as just like take all your money. I'm not saying take a man's money. How Angelina handled it is how you have to handle it. You have to handle it with respect,
Responsibility.
integrity, understanding.
Yeah.
And what are you trying to get from this man? Because I also don't want to have this persona of like, oh, women are always just trying to take your money. Like, because not all women are like that. Are there? Yes. There's literally footage all over the internet of these women doing that. It's a bad representation. But I don't want to neglect the women that don't
Now,
do that.
let me ask you a question. When's the last time you dated a woman?
I didn't.
You've never dated a woman?
No.
Oh, interesting. Okay. When's the last time you had to break up with a woman?
I never.
Oh, so listen to the man, motherfucker. When a breakup happens, okay, it's ugly. It's very ugly. Both sides have done things wrong. Both sides. But women have a little thing more than men called emotions and hormones. And you know, and
men
I
get
mean,
emotional.
and
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
tell
I
you
mean
this.
this
It's
in a
not
nice
every
way.
single case.
I'm not saying men can't get emotional or don't have emotions, but there's only one of us, despite what people are saying, that could produce life in our body and that menstruate blood and have cycles and have things that give life. So let's not pretend that we're men and the women are the same. You guys produce life. So the fact that you guys can do that, like if I'm like, oh my God, I think I'm having, no, I just gotta take a shit. Like it's, men can't have babies. So what's part of your hormones and your estrogen and what's going on in the system there, you're gonna be more emotional. What does that mean? Where women, they're gonna file for divorce more because it might just be that time of the month, or they might just.
Fair. That's not fair.
Oh,
That's
stop
not
it.
fair.
You're right. It's not fair.
What kind of woman y'all
not-
be marrying?
that's not
up
fair.
there?
I'm just
say.
letting you
That's not
know.
fair to say.
I have conversations with men all day. I say, Brandon, look, can I permission to like call you out? I
Yeah.
said, Brandon, you're a big, strong dude. Why do you wear medium shirts? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, you're not a medium, bro. Like, you're a large, straight up, dog. Like, what are you doing?
He likes it
He's like, you
tight.
think so? He's like, I was like, yeah, just wear, like, what are you doing? He's like, all right, cool, I'll do that. The conversation was over. Let me go to a girl and be like, hey, honey, why are you wearing this? Like, you're a little too big for that. An hour of emotions. She's crying. She's like,
Why
stop
would you say it
pretending
like
we're the
that,
same.
though? It's not how
supposed
you
to be
You see?
approached.
You see?
Okay.
That's the whole point right
But
there.
you're
Same
proving
thing.
my
There's
point.
boundaries. There's
You're
boundaries,
proving my
guys.
point.
Come on. There's boundaries with that kind of
Hold on.
stuff.
So are men and women exactly the same?
No.
Okay, so that's what we're trying to make.
So on one side, you're like, Adam, you can't say that.
No, but
hey,
the fact
did I
that
say
men
it right?
and women are
Yeah,
not
you're
the
right.
same,
Adam,
there's boundaries.
You're talking only about a percentage of the way how it actually ends, but there is another percentage where the man is abusive, verbally, physically. Like there's so many things.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
understand
talking
your
about those
point. You're
piece
right.
of shit dudes.
Right.
Again, when I
Natalie-
talked
Nat-
about the
Natalie's talking-
extremes, I'm not talking about the guy who's abusive, ridiculous. So, or the guy who's a multimillionaire. I'm just talking about normal
average dude,
dudes.
70K.
Yeah, but
What's a
the
normal
average
dude? Like,
woman
Natalie's
is not
talking
like
about
this,
dude.
like
Give me a
hormonal
normal
crazy
dude.
person.
Most men.
Okay.
Most men are normal dudes.
And how do you know most men are normal
Because
dudes?
the statistics prove this.
What is a normal dude?
Not Miami.
He
What
works
is
hard.
What is his day to day?
I'll tell you, the
What
guy.
is his good habits?
The
and
guy,
powers?
let me just give you an example of a normal dude
Okay.
who's thinking about fucking killing himself at this point.
Okay.
He's 47 years old. He was married for 12 years. He was making $85,000 a year working at the subway station at the construction site over there. He was with his woman for 12 years. All of a sudden, they were having relationship issues over there. They got 2 kids, 1 6, 1 3. Diapers is expensive, inflation, everything going on there. All of a sudden, honey is getting a little second feelings. I I don't know. She was on Facebook. She's getting attention. She's getting people talking to her. Oh, you're so hot. Your man don't treat you. You know what? This guy. And all of a sudden, maybe he went to Vegas with his buddies one time, and he went to a strip club, and who knows? And she got home and now she's filing for divorce because he made one dumb decision. This good dude is a good man. Is good. Takes care of his kids. Does everything because she's emotional. He got home, and all of a sudden, he's broke, he's penniless, he can't see his kids, and he's on suicide watch. That's a good dude who might have fucked up a little bit, and his whole life is taken away for 2 reasons. Number one, because let's give some accountability to the woman. Maybe she shouldn't have filed for divorce, what have you. Like you said, you wouldn't file for divorce. But number 2, like Angelina said, the court systems have fucked men.
Yeah,
and this is why men are like, yo...
They
You want me to
shaky about
work
marrying.
extra hard to get my shit taken in 7-year itch anyway?
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people are just like, yeah, I'm not playing this game. So
is fine.
that's what's going on.
That's fine.
And
Don't
imagine
trust.
being the dude who has to pay for his wife to live with another dude who's with his kids, and you're in some shitty apartment with a new dudes in your old house.
Thank you, Brandon.
By law, and you go to jail if you don't fulfill that payment.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This isn't a hypothetical.
No, that's
guys.
how
These are
there's
real
a lot of
stories.
dudes that happens
every
with.
day.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
I
how
can't
you-
imagine a situation much worse than that.
So what?
So that's
we'll
what-
end it right here. Like what's happening in society is, I say this all the time. There's corrections and overcorrections, and my focus is equilibrium. I'm a centrist. I'm a unifier. I like things in the middle. You're a little too extreme. Let's get to the middle. You're a little too. Let's get to the middle. What happened is women were disrespected for a little too long.
Yeah.
Right? Fair.
Got tired
Feminism
of it.
showed up. Let's get equal rights voting. Of course. And then what happens in the last 10, 15 years or so, all of a sudden, and you guys said it yourself,
He's overboard right now.
feminism, which you're not fans of, you said it, has completely take things completely out of the equilibrium and made things out of whack. And now men are like, so now we're the second-class citizens? Now we get all our shit taken? Now we can't get any fucking pussy these days? Like, what? Like,
Gotta pay for that.
so I'm just saying, like, that's how men feel. And it's not being emotional, it's facts, what's going on out here. So unless, I tell men all the time, like, at least you should do something about it. Make more money, work out, develop a better network. There's still things you could do.
Yeah.
Like, but also be aware of the system, because it'll fuck you.
I think generationally, this is an opportunity for us to redefine like what those the power balance looks like, I mean, if you just think like back 50 years, how different it was, the power dynamic with men and women and households and stuff, and how it is now, it's like, are we going to take that chance to redefine that power balance?
We
is
should,
the question.
otherwise
So-
we are going to be single and we're going to be miserable because we do need dick
So
in
let
our
me ask you a
lives.
very specific question.
Yeah.
What does the ideal redefined power balance look like? Walk me through this.
Well, I'm a little biased because I think, I don't know, I think that having 2 independent people come together to build something strong is what works for
Do
me.
you plan on having
I
kids?
don't know. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Can you have kids?
I mean, yeah, we can.
Okay.
But,
Because I'm not.
it's something that we talk about,
Okay.
but it's like I was married before and he had 2 kids, and then his baby mom had another 2 kids. So, it's like I saw how dysfunctional that was. And so for me, it's like now I'm like, all right, if we're going to have kids, we're going to do it in the way that's going to be beneficial to the child and to the kids and to, the health of the relationship, like as a family, and so that's what I'm thinking about. Like, I don't want to be dependent, and I don't want to be in a toxic situation. I don't want to be where there's a imbalance of power. I mean, it's
So I'll leave it here because I want to get to other topics.
Can I do one thing?
Women
quick?
have the luxury of being like, yeah, dependent, independent. I don't know. It's one day, but I don't want to have this. A man is like, yeah, I get up, work, earn, take care of my family, take care of my kids. We don't have a choice. And that's kind of ultimately what I said at the beginning of this is like, Happy Independence Day, July 4th. It's like, man, we're not, what are we celebrating here? We got to work. Women are like,
normality
well,
for you
should I be a
guys.
boss babe and make my money, or should I be a housewife and listen to Harrison Butker and be a homemaker? What should I do today? I'll get back to you. And like, well, let's renegotiate. It's like, nah, like we're just gonna continue working while you figure it out over there, ladies.
But
And
answer
that's
the
sort of
question.
joke.
What's the ideal power
It's
balance.
detrimental to society to not have one parent home taking care of the kids, though, because then the other
Yeah.
people are raising your kids, and those people are the people who
So
are pushing
I would
propaganda.
say this. Just look at history. What has got us to this point? So for 10,000 plus years, it operated a certain way. And for 15 years, it operated this way now.
And it's fucked.
And it's fucked up. So we've done there, we've been there, we've done that. It's kind of like if you don't learn from history, you're destined to repeat it. So there's a lot of people being like, yeah, I read that book, I'm good. By the way, just real quick, name the society in human history where women ran the show.
It hasn't gotten here yet.
No, just name it.
yeah.
Name it where women
It's coming.
were the
unfortunately,
bosses
for a lot
in
of people.
society. Just name it real quick.
No,
You can't. That's my point. So let's just keep it how it was. Respect,
Oh my God.
but let's understand
It's
history.
the truth.
Anyway, moving
McQueen.
right
It's
along.
truth.
Thank
You
you.
know
Don't trust.
Listen,
just
I
my
saw it
last
on
advice
Wonder
for you
Woman.
that you're a
Okay,
hot
the
guy.
Amazon
Don't
did a
trust
great
anything
job
that
on that
bleeds for
island.
4 days and
On the
don't
which
die.
one?
On
We
the
are
island,
horrible.
on
Stay
Wonder Woman.
single.
Make sure you
Oh, the fake
subscribe.
story about
Yeah,
the fake
I'm just saying.
superhero where the fake women were running the fake society.
Fiction.
That's the example?
Nonfiction.
I have like a billion other real examples I could show you, Carmen. You're not going to win this one.
No, listen, I'm not trying to win. I'm just saying. I'm
That's
just
like me
trying to be
saying-
funny.
Man, I think we're so emotional. I would not even vote for a female president. That is the craziest shit that I could. Yes, it's
Amen.
true.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
well,
how crazy I would. That's how. No, we're not meant for. No,
I wouldn't.
Yikes,
I
I don't want to
I
talk
told
about
you I
this.
we
wouldn't.
are
I
setting
totally would
up.
vote
We
for
are
one
setting up
president.
females for failure with this bullshit. We are setting us up for failure.
So you're not voting for Hillary Clinton or Kamala
hell.
Harris?
Wait, but didn't Mexico just elect a female
and
president?
look how
Yeah.
good
If you
are they?
believe she's a
We'll see what happens.
female. Just kidding. Let's move right along.
In this day and
Topic.
age.
Whoa. If you like that one, click right here to watch the full SOSCAST. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.